Hey! Welcome to Stump the Idiot! I am the idiot, aka the huge one, Dave Koco from KocoSports for now, and more importantly, ProWrestling.me. So please go check out ProWrestling.me and sign today. Stump the Idiot is where we answer some questions. It's our Q&A show, and it looks like to be my future. We have a huge channel update. Most of you already know this because I keep secrets worse than Chris Jericho returning type secrets. I got 2 dream job offers that I've been pushing off, and I finally decided to accept them starting in June, which means I will actually be working a lot harder than I do now. The pay was too good, the benefits were too good, the people were too cool, so it was hard to keep saying no to these companies. One of them, I'll be a teacher at an international school, but you curse! That's okay, you can take my job, it's not that big a deal. And another one is I'll be working for my best friend, or that's not fair, my best friend in Japan, that's not fair, my best friend, Japan, and his angel investing company. So, the school was like Lucha Underground, where it was like, hey, everything you would do in a school is already being done, and I feel that way about Lucha Underground. So, the bad news is, because I live in Japan, and when we do these podcasts, I won't be able to do a live podcast as much, the live reviews. We got a gang of people that we're recruiting and trying to get aboard to keep it going. LK is really, taking the bull by the horns, so to speak. I don't know where that saying comes from, but anyway, he's taking the bull by the horns, and he'll be doing a lot of shows. We also got SOS Wrestle Talk, Boom Boom, of course. He's been here since fucking the beginning of time. Boom Boom in the middle of the week. We got Sammy when he can get off work, George Martel, and a bunch of others, Jeff Yeager, novelist, and we're trying to get a team of people going. Wrestling Ranton returns when he can, so hopefully the channel still does good. I plan on not doing live reviews, but doing daily Stump the Idiots, because I can wake up like 4 o'clock in the morning, head to the river, head to the office. I don't know. I like going to the river. The river's awesome. There's a river that separates Tokyo and Kanagawa, and I like doing shit down there. So I might, get an iPhone or bring my laptop and just do Stump the Idiots. And one question, not live, and then hopefully the Stump the Idiot can be daily. And then I might be doing 1 or 2 live shows on the weekend, but I'm not sure, because I really will miss doing Lucha Underground reviews, so maybe I'll do that on the weekend. Or, I guess this will be the first question for you. What kind of show would you like to see on the weekend? A weekend review? Michael Rothschild, who just started a YouTube channel, go check it out. Michael Rothschild made the suggestion that we do something like Screen Junkies, but I don't know if that would work. Stump the Idiot Live, maybe we get a call-in number. A weekend review, just a news story, I don't know. So I'm trying to think of, if I can manage to do 1 live show a week and what that 1 live show would be. The rest of the time, I'm going to do 1 show a day, so I'll still be here, and I'm just going to answer 1 question per day. And, hopefully it works out, I know Q&A shows usually do really good or really horrible, so hopefully Stump the Idiot will do good. So that's the future. We're putting a lot of effort into ProWrestling.me. We're hoping to get KocoSports back on the right track. That's really up to Jerry. I'm to the point of, fuck, if it's not going to be good, we might as well shut it down. We'll see where that goes. And ProWrestling.me, I'm hoping, we got SOS Wrestle Talk posting their podcast, hopefully Kayfabe Connections, Wrestling Ranton, and we get a bunch of people, and hopefully we can build the Internet Infantry community and have it where it's okay to be a passionate fan. I really like that saying of our community, because, I go to a lot of these communities, and 90% of their material is making fun of fans. Like, that's it. And I don't want to be that type of show. Sometimes I take a break from reviewing a product if I think I'm becoming that type of show. And hopefully you guys supply me with some great questions and answers. And who knows, maybe I can still review stuff, not live. Just the live thing is going to be difficult. So yeah. So I'll just become a question guy and one major question or a couple small questions per day is the format I'm looking at. And also, if it's a non-pro wrestling question, I'll just do it on Koco Plays because I'll still be able to do podcasts, just not live and not as long. So expect a lot more short shows. And we're doing a lot of stuff. There's going to be news. There's going to be reviews. We're experimenting with the channel, trying to get different hosts. And one question we always get is, how can I be a host on the show? One is if you have something you can promote, because, the reason I'm taking a lot of these jobs is because YouTube doesn't pay very well. And I think the straw that broke the camel's back on me accepting these jobs, besides the large amounts of money and benefits. You sold out! You sold out! I know! Is that I went to a YouTube meeting with iJapan. I was like, I'm just going to do this YouTube thing. And they're like, dude, you're never going to make it. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, the stuff they force you to do, you're not willing to do. I'm like, no. I think we can make it on our own. And we had a meeting with a YouTube guy. And he's like, oh, yeah, you have to ask your audience for money. And I'm like, yeah, that was the line. That was the line. I was like, no. I mean, I don't judge people that do it. I know this channel will probably do it in the future. You don't have to. Just, if you do, you do. But I always said if it came down to asking the audience for money, I would rather get a real job. And that's what it came down to. The way YouTube's wrong. But that's just the way it is, and it's acceptable. It's a Kickstarter generation. It's a Patreon generation. People are willing to give money to Kickstarter, but not for a finished small product, which doesn't make sense to me. But hey, I'm just being an old man. Maybe I'm out of touch. So we LKC are going to do good, but we're still going to be awesome. We're just, I'm not going to be doing the live shows, which sadly gets most of our views, especially the Monday Night Raw show. And hopefully we can still grow, and hopefully you guys still support us and check us out. And I'm hoping that ProWrestling.me does well. It's just working 2 full-time jobs and being a YouTube nerd. I'm going to have to change my approach to YouTube. And that's where we're going with that. Michael Rothschild also asked us about doing a different format of the show. And maybe we'll try that Tuesday if there's time. I'm not really sure. If you guys got some ideas. Oh, yeah, and I don't know if I answered this. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize. I'm punch drunk. How do you become part of the show? Have something that you can sell or market. Be over 18. Don't, be active on the forums. Say that you want to be a part of the show. You'd be surprised how many people just don't say they want to be a part of the show, and then when they see another co-host, they're super fucking angry. It's like, that person asked, hey, can I be on the show? Sure. One of the main guys vouched for you. That's how Sammy got on. Boom Boom vouched for him. And that's it. And and have an idea of what you like about pro wrestling. Don't blindly defend a company. We get that a lot. We like to have the idea of, you don't have to agree with us, but you can't be a guy that's like, well, it's all about business and making money. Well, your company doesn't make money. Oh, it's all about fans. Well, the fans don't enjoy this. It's all about it's like, okay, you're just gonna blindly defend a product. Know what you want from pro wrestling, and just use your voice and go for it. All right, so there you go. I think I nailed everything. If you got any questions, I'll hit them up in the comments. Thank you, Michael Rothschild, for the idea. Please check out his YouTube channel. And at Osinio Fly, how come NXT can do contract signings correctly? Hashtag stump the idiot. Well, Mr. Fly, if you don't mind me calling you that, I don't think they do it correctly. I think contract signings there's some things that I learned from talking about pro wrestling for 800 years and ran thousands and thousands of shows. Contract signings are fucking broken. Never. Does NXT do contract signings better? Yeah, but that's like saying, hey, my friend fucking NXT over here can handle heroin. No, contract signings are fucking horrible. They should never, ever, ever be done. And if they are, have it on YouTube and some post-show bullshit that no one's gonna fucking watch. It should not be part of the show. I don't care if it's New Japan, NXT, Lucha Underground, TNA, WWE, anyone. Contract signings should not happen. Because then why? What, like, it breaks down. Like, it's such a loophole, such a flaw, such a horrible thing that it breaks down the whole universe. You want to let yourself go and believe. Here's the problem. Why are contract signings important? Then why the fuck when someone comes down and says, oh, that's it, I'm mad at you, you have to wrestle Kane? Why don't they just say, I haven't signed a contract? None of it makes fucking sense. They force each other to wrestle, and then once a fucking month, they're like, oh, we're gonna have a contract signing. It is fucking dumb. It is dumb. It is fucking dumb. Just have them, because the point is that it's just a fucking promo. That's the point. But just don't have the contract signings. And they always have contract signings at the end of the fucking show. It's just embarrassing. I don't give a fuck if you're an indie guy if you're a backyard wrestling federation in front of 10 people, an indie guy in front of 200 people, a WWE guy in front of thousands of people. Contract signings are the fucking devil. It's not done correctly because it makes no fucking sense whatsoever. It makes no sense whatsoever because why would the heels ever do it? Why, like, and all that, but let's just take this week's contract signing. Sean's like, what is this? Sign it or you're fired. Well, then what the fuck is the point of the contract? So, I love you, Mr. Fly. I really do. But if I die, just know that contract signings make no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. Now, if you had to do contract signings for every fucking title match, you had to do contract signings for every match, then it made sense. But then you take away the authorities or the authority figures' power. You know, it's a broken system. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's horrible. And they always sell it like $1 million fucking dollars. Like, tonight they're gonna sign a contract! And like, who finds that fucking entertaining? You could do the same exact thing. Just have a promo. You know, hey, they're gonna be face to face tonight. Will fireworks explode? You don't have to fucking embarrass contract signing. So no. How come NXT can do a contract signing correctly? They don't. It doesn't make any fucking sense. They do it better than WWE, you know, but it still makes no fucking sense. Why is there a contract signing? Why? It fucking makes no sense at all. I hate contract signings. There you go. All right. Koco from PWME. Alright, this is from ProWrestling.me. In the future, I'm going to try to make ProWrestling.me top priority for Stump the Idiots, but you can still hit me up on Twitter or YouTube or anything else. I'm not going to be too picky, but it's like, hey, come on, I want you to sign up for ProWrestling.me. I'm not going to beg you for money yet, but... Koco from PWME says, hey, Dave, you are a Ric Flair fan. Yeah, I put him up there. I stay up late at night if Ric Flair, great mood is better. What would you call the way he would get hit, take a couple steps, then fall? I guess it would be a tumble. For the best of my knowledge, that's what they call a Flair bump. Do you think Charlotte should do it? If she wants. I mean, it's up to her. She don't have to. I just think Ric Flair and Charlotte shouldn't be managers. But yeah, if she wants to, it's up to her. I mean, it's her family. If they want to pass it down from tradition to tradition, I don't know. It's up to her. I can give a fuck either way. I just don't want her to manage her anymore. I mean, go to Yuhan Nation. Have Ric Flair manage Yuhan Nation. I think a manager is supposed to go to people that really need it. Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar makes sense. Paul Heyman, CM Punk doesn't make sense. Ric Flair, Yuhan Nation. Ric Flair, someone who can't speak English very clearly, makes sense. Ric Flair and Charlotte does not make sense at all. It's just a bad fucking story. It's lazy. It's like, oh, they're related. It's just fucking lazy, you know. If you had to marry one of these two, who would you pick, Brooke Hogan or Charlotte? I don't know. I can see benefits. I'm gonna say Charlotte. I think Charlotte's better looking, and she seems less crazy. But you never know. You know, you're I'm gonna say Charlotte, but it's a close thing. I'm not kicking Brooke Hogan out of bed if she's for eating crackers. Or Charlotte. I know people are really upset and they're like, oh, they look like their fathers and they're not attractive. But you can probably say that about most women. I find them to be attractive, but I don't know. People make fun of me because my standards are so low. about women being attractive. I don't know. I would probably. It depends on their personality too. I don't want to get like fucking all beat up and shit. But Brooke Hogan and Charlotte, yeah, I'd probably marry both of them if they were cool. You know, would they marry me? That's the real fucking question. Of course not. I'm ugly as sin. Sorry about my spelling English by second line. Hey, no problem, man. You do great. So yeah, don't worry about your spelling and stuff. I try not to be a dick. Yeah, everything read fine. Momo Star. Hi, Dave. I have to know, what do you see in Joey Ryan? Also, okay, so here's a couple questions here from Momo Star. So, what do I see in Joey Ryan? Here's the thing that might shock you. I have mixed feelings about Joey Ryan. Sometimes I find Joey Ryan to be annoying as fuck. Sometimes I think he's absolutely amazing. I think it's his sleazy character and how in depth he goes with his character. I think Joey Ryan being an undetective cop in Lucha Underground is like the perfect role for him. I have mixed feelings on Joey Ryan. Sometimes I absolutely love Joey Ryan, and sometimes I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? I think he's really good at what he does. He's an over-the-top character, and sometimes he really fucking hits a home run. Sometimes he misses, but I guess that's what happens when you're over-the-top character. He's just supposed to be a sleazy. I don't know. I'm sure any way I describe Joey Ryan's like, that's not it. Like, he's a sleazy 70s to 80s porn star, and he'll be like, no, I'm not. I'm a 1960s disco inferno guy. I don't fucking know. But yeah, he's just a sleazy fucking guy, mustache, and he's really fucking funny. And when he's on his A game, he's one of the best characters there. Now, sometimes he misses. A lot of people are like, oh, everything Joey Ryan does is gold, and I disagree with that. And as far as wrestling goes, he's a character wrestler, and he can hold his own in the ring, but he's mostly known for his character. I love Joey Ryan's character in Lucha Underground. I think it's fucking beyond genius on many different levels. But I'm not a Joey Ryan guy, and hopefully Joey Ryan doesn't remember meeting me in person, because that was an awkward meeting. Also, I'm really excited for the 7 Aztec Tribes plot, if for no reason to see Rey Mysterio and Prince Puma team up. That isn't a spoiler, that's just where I think the story's going. Oh good, my heart stopped. Based on the Aztec segment and Match Striker finally mentioning Puma being a descendant of one of the 7 Aztec tribes. I'm anxious to see how Puma's backstory plays into the main plot. Yeah, I wonder if they're just going to keep him a mystery, though. I love the Dream Team, and I love the fact that they have, the guy that's number one guy that they built a story around, one of the, a little bit over the hill, but one of the biggest luchadors of all time, and then the greatest maybe the greatest wrestler, one of the greatest wrestlers, I don't know. Depends on your style. Prince Puma, a.k.a. Ricochet, going today. So, yeah, I find it to be interesting. But the one thing is about I call them the Dream Team. The one thing that makes me sad is Puma doesn't go out on his own and have matches. So hopefully that happens in the future. But yeah, it should be really interesting to see where it goes. I'm really high on Lucha Underground right now. Alright, so let's see. Let me delete these so I don't reread them. I apologize. These technical difficulties brought to you by I couldn't find a co-host, and this ain't even live. Real YouTubers would edit this part out, but editing is for fools. Lennox Wooderson ranked these rosters: ROH, NXT, Lucha Underground, TNA. This is tough, because do you count ROH and New Japan working together? Some people say yes, some people say no. The relationship seems a bit rocky right now. I think both companies have to respect each other more under home turf. I think ROH books New Japan horribly, and New Japan doesn't fucking bring enough ROH guys in. I know ROH fans were upset because I said, fucking New Japan isn't booked correctly, but I don't think ROH guys are booked correctly. Like, come on. Fucking the juniors is going right now, and you don't have ACH in it? It's bullshit. Anyway, check out SOS Wrestle Talks. They broke down night 1 of the juniors on ProWrestling.me, so please go check it out. So it depends. Do you count ROH with it or not? Talent-wise, we're not. I rank the rosters. I'm going off pure talent. I'm not going off. I'm not going off booking. Pure talent. I would put NXT number one. They have some of the best talent in the world, and they also have access to WWE. You know what I mean? So, and it, because like, do you count guys that come back and up and down? So, but I don't. This is tough. This is really tough. I don't know. There's a lot of factors here, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go NXT because NXT, Lucha Underground, and ROH. Do you count? Do you count who they bring in and don't bring in? Because like then TNA is like, hey dude, we're just by ourselves. How fucking unfair is that? ROH has a connection to New Japan, NXT has a connection to WWE, Lucha Underground has a connection to AAA, and TNA, well, they really don't have many connections. I think AAA or CMLL, they're going to be joining a trios tournament, and they burn a lot of bridges, that TNA over there. So there's a lot of factors that go into this, and I'm being really fucking nerdy and overthinking this. So, minus those factors, it could change. But I'm just going with who they have access to. I'm going to go NXT. Fuck. NXT pretty much has access to everybody. I'm going to go NXT, ROH if you count New Japan, Lucha Underground. If you don't count New Japan, then put Lucha Underground above them, and then TNA last. But at TNA's defense, they don't have a working relationship, and you're not pulling from everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's tough. If you go with not pulling, I would probably go. Oh man, that's tough. Yeah, that's a real tough one. Not pulling. I would probably go. It's impossible because Lucha Underground. Who do you count as not AAA and that? I don't know. I'm sticking with that answer. Hopefully Lennox Wooderson, that's a good enough answer. Some people say. So there you go. How about in the comments? This will be the top question for today for Stump the Idiot. Rank these rosters: ROH, NXT, Lucha Underground, TNA. Rank the rosters. Where do you think they go? And do you think it's fair for ROH, NXT, and Lucha Underground to count where they can grab talent from when TNA is pretty much on their own most of the time? All right. Who's the best sports entertainer wrestler hybrid? Of all time? I don't know. I Ric Flair, Kurt Angle, CM Punk. I think all time. Maybe Macho Man. But he's more sports entertainer than wrestler. But he was such a great fucking wrestler too. All time, I'm gonna go with those three. And if you count Japanese, because a lot of people don't like counting Japanese in this because they don't speak, they don't speak Japanese. I put Buddha pretty high up there. So those are the best sports entertainer / wrestler hybrids. I'm gonna say like if you're going sports entertainment and wrestler, maybe Kurt Angle. Maybe he's the perfect hybrid in his prime. Ric Flair. This is a pretty thing. Now, going right now is a lot tougher. I think Naito has got something special going on. Okada. But Okada has a manager. Like, do you count that as sports entertainer? That's tough. That is tough. I'm going to say Naito. Kenny Omega this year, but Kenny Omega not last year. God, it was a rough year for Kenny Omega last year. Let's get some Americans in there. EC3, but I think his wrestling isn't as high as Okada's and Naito's, but I think his character's amazing. Bobby Roode, when they let him be a good character, it always seems like Bobby Roode finds his groove and then they switch it up on him. I'd put Bobby Roode pretty high up there. Sports entertainer and wrestler. I'm trying to think of WWE. Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn's got it. I give it to Bayley. My Boom Boom's gonna love that. It's just someone that can entertain you, but also still have great matches. Cesaro, I think, needs to pick up sports entertainment. Kevin Owens, I don't know. I'd put Kevin Owens on the list, but I don't think he's as high as Sami Zayn. That's just my opinion. E-Cuff, I don't know if you agree with that. So yeah, I'm trying to think. ROH. Oh fuck, what's his name? Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle, bro. Dalton fucking Castle. Thank you. I'm glad I mentioned ROH. Lucha Underground, yeah, they got a lot, but it's tough because the writing's so good. You don't really know what they're cutting and not cutting. Jay Lethal at times. I think Jay Lethal. A lot of people don't like Jay Lethal. I like Jay Lethal over the top heel promos. Like he's afraid to lose the title, but he's also so cocky. Jay Lethal's, I think, doing really, really well. So there you go. I think those are some of the best sports entertainment wrestler hybrids. There's probably a bunch that I'm fucking forgetting. You know, I think if Dolph Ziggler was given a chance, I think Dolph Ziggler could be high up there. I really do, but you know, it's kind of like, yeah, rooting for Dolph Ziggler, you just, I don't know. Rooting for Dolph Ziggler is like rooting for a team that never wins the championship. You know that, like, yeah, all right, go, and you just know it's not gonna fucking happen. It's just not gonna happen for the guy. I wish it would. I hope I'm wrong, but you know, he started a movie with Kane, so there you go. All right, let's see if there's any short questions. If not, that'll be the last one. Koco plays, ready to rumble review? Definitely, I'll have to rewatch the movie. Alright, the rest of these seem to be a little bit longer, so we'll save them for future shows. And yeah, there's a lot of great questions. If you have any questions for future shows, please let me go. And then if you want, just if it's a non-wrestling show, a non-wrestling question, I'll do it for Koco Plays. Alright, so like, comment, subscribe. Please check out, the staff as they work really hard. Please check it out. I'm going to be doing a normal schedule, as normal as I can. I'm in between jobs right now, till June. June 1st, that's it. It's just Stump the Idiot, and then whatever you want me to do live. There's some ideas. Maybe Stump the Idiot live on Sundays. Maybe, I would love to do a call-in show, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We're kind of fucking really dumb at fucking technology. Alright, did I say like, comment, subscribe? I don't know if I did. Like, comment, subscribe! And sign up for ProWrestling.me. And sorry about the bad news. Hopefully you guys stick around and still be awesome. With all my heart, I love you, Internet Infantry. And with that, I am over. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum.